insider outsider debate में आप कहाँ खुद को aim करते हैं?
I'm an actor. I'm just doing my job.
I've been making films for the last 22 years.
Yeah.
And I've made 16 films. तो मैं कैसे अपने आप को outsider बोलूं?
Next film इकट्ठे आप दोनों की?
Chalang.
It's a new film in our journey. You know, we have tried. Raj does not die, does not get arrested, does not get does not cry.
Hi, मैं हूँ राजकुमार राव.
Hi, this is Hansal Mehta और आप देख रहे हो
और बताओ.
और बताओ.
स्तुति के साथ.
स्तुति के साथ.
Welcome to yet another episode of और बताओ. मेरा नाम स्तुति है और अभी जिन्हें हम और बताओ पूछने वाले हैं वो इंडिविजुअली तो खास हैं ही, जो करते हैं वो कमाल करते हैं, but when they come together, that collaboration and combination is also spectacular. So we have one of the finest actors in the industry, Abhi Rajkummar Rao. Hi.
Hi Stutee, how are you?
And one of the finest directors, Hansal Mehta. Hello.
Hi Stutee.
और हंसल राज जब आप मिल जाते हो तो कमाल हो जाता है. तो I must say congratulations once again on Omertà. Is that what I should say?
Actually, this is the only time, as I was telling you earlier, now you should congratulate us. Now is actually when people are watching the film.
You know, this is so amazing. So I was also replugging my my review, and all of us who saw it theatrical release में, of course, were, you know, there was so much in the film that we enjoyed. Although enjoyed थोड़ा appropriate word नहीं होगा, considering the film and the subject that it dealt with. It was a very powerful visual experience. But this has opened up to a completely different audience. Z5 पे ये जब से stream होने लगी. So how has the response been? Like, what do you make of it? क्या हो रहा है?
It's overwhelming, to see the response. And it also, you feel vindicated. You know, somewhere when the film had its theatrical release, you felt that, I wish people saw what we had done.
Rajkummar?
No, I just second him, whatever he has said. I think it's a feeling of validation. You know, the film that you made with so much of passion and so much of hard work that has gone in to make that film, and so many people are involved in making a film, and it was not an easy film, and also not an easy character. But now that people are watching it and it's and they're liking what we have done together, it's overwhelming.
अच्छा, ये जो साल है 2020 बहुत ही अजीब साल रहा है, especially past few months with this pandemic and then the theaters shutting down. एक debate छिड़ गई थी कि अब what will happen, OTT release, is this the new normal, how do we adjust? तो बहुत pros and cons. Of course, I'm sure between the three of us we all miss the darkness of the hall or sitting with our box of popcorns and just enjoying a film. But आपको लगता है जैसे ओमर्टा के साथ आपने बोला कि now it has gone to so many countries, इतने different age group की audiences ने देखा, and now they are coming back to you. It's almost कि एक rebirth, एक पुनः जन्म इस picture को मिला है. So OTT, do you think कि एक अलग एक in a way it's a blessing in disguise, because जिस हद तक शायद एक theatrical release के साथ आप लोग नहीं जा पाते, पर वो OTT आपको push करता है?
Well, yeah, for some films, yes. But I think it's a very strong, powerful, parallel industry that is going on. And theaters would open. Definitely, it will take time for theaters to come back to its normalcy. But yes, OTT has become very, very powerful. And Omertà is an example that people that did not or could not watch the film on big screen are now watching it on OTT platform.
Hansal, audience अलग है क्या?
कई बार बहुत सारी फिल्मों के लिए जो एक्सपीरियंस होता है थिएटर का, जो एक मजेदार एक्सपीरियंस होता है, it's also become a very expensive experience. So not every film has an audience flocking to the theaters. There's an amount of money that you spend on going to the theaters. So OTT has opened up that. There's a parallel industry where a number of films that do not fit necessarily into the theatrical experience, they are finding an audience. Our audience is much bigger than the audience that goes to the theaters.
अच्छा, एक चीज जो मैंने अपने इंट्रोडक्शन में भी बोली थी कि इंडिविजुअली आप लोग कमाल हैं, पर जब इकट्ठे आते हैं तो कुछ और ही हो जाता है. हंसल, आपसे पहले पूछूंगी, ये जो शख्स आपको दूसरे स्क्रीन पे नजर आ रहे हैं, राजकुमार राव, इनमें क्या पसंद आता है आपको?
I don't know. I mean, I can't describe it anymore. I can only describe the time that Rajkumar came to my office in 2011. and that we began this partnership. 9 years ago we met, and that I have been able to tell these stories that have gone beyond their box office life, the stories that have remained forever. We have together been able to create a legacy of stories and films, and Raj has created a legacy of characters that will be etched in our cinematic history.
राज बहुत तारीफ करती है.
मेरे मुंह पे कभी नहीं बोलते इतना.
नहीं मैं बोलूंगा.
अच्छा, उनकी बेस्ट परफॉर्मेंस कौन सी लगी आपको हंसल आपकी फिल्म में? राज की बेस्ट परफॉर्मेंस. You are slightly partial to me. Tough question.
I think as a performance, Omertà is very, very, very strong. लेकिन मुझे अभी भी, emotionally, the performance that has always, I feel it was one of his most underrated and his best performance was as Deepak in City Lights.
अच्छा, जैसे आपने खुद बोला, ये काफी intense roles होते हैं, and during Omertà I remember this conversation where you said you had to really get into this very dark phase. It's not an easy character at all. Even as an audience, one feels constantly very uncomfortable as to how to respond to this person. कितना मुश्किल था? Like, can you talk about that process of getting into the role?
It wasn't easy at all. I thought it would be. I just didn't know how to begin with. Every character that I've done.
How do you begin preparing for a role?
There's no connect with his journey, with his psychology, with the way he behaved. There's no connect. I couldn't connect with him at all. So it was very tough for me. So I started with, I was in London for a couple of days. So because I wanted to pick up the accent, and I joined one, language school also there. And then I just read a lot. He also gave me like a couple of books to read, to understand what these people do, what they think, how it all started, how it's formed. So I read the whole history of, all these terror groups, and I saw a lot of disturbing videos, a lot of speeches like brainwash people, where they brainwash people. And I think I just immersed into it. I just had to generate a lot of hate, a lot of hatred, a lot of anger inside me. And I'm not that kind of guy at all. I like peace. I like being happy. I like smiling.
अच्छा, ये जो Z5 पे आप स्ट्रीम हो रही है, आप लोगों ने दोबारा देखी इसे?
I saw it, yeah.
You saw it? What did you think of it now, after like a gap? When you saw it again, कैसे लगी आपको अपनी performance?
No, I like the film. As a film, I really like it. But as my performance, I think it happens quite often. You feel that, it could have been slightly better.
Really? You still felt that about your performance?
I thought my accent could have been a little bit better in a couple of scenes.
Hansal जी, आप क्या बोले? आपने दोबारा देखी?
नहीं देखी, मेरी हिम्मत नहीं हुई.
Next film इकट्ठे आप दोनों की?
Chalang.
What can you abhi tell us about it?
We can't tell you much about it, but Chalang is there. It's again a very different from whatever we have done till now. It's an aspirational comedy, slice of life film.
It's a new film in our journey. We have tried. This is one film. Raj does not die, does not get arrested, does not get does not cry. मतलब तीनों में से कोई भी चीज नहीं होती है राज के साथ.
अरे क्या बात है. Okay, so we definitely are looking forward to that. अच्छा, मेरा ये सवाल आप दोनों से है. आजकल बहुत ये डिबेट एक रेजिंग है insider और outsider की. You both have had, not just together but individually also such a special journey जो अभी तक आपकी रही है. Insider outsider debate में आप कहाँ खुद को aim करते हैं?
I'm an actor. I'm just doing my job. I don't know if I'm an insider. Of course, I'm an outsider. I came from outside. But I think now if people, people make stars, people make actors. Our audiences, they decide who they want to watch.
I've been making films for the last 22 years.
Yeah.
And I've made 16 films. So मैं कैसे अपने आप को outsider बोलूं?
I think talent should get opportunities, but that is also happening now. There's so many examples we are seeing now.
Very good. And there's a lot of talent right now on this frame. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Aur Batao. बहुत मजा आ रहा है और छलांग के लिए I hope हम बहुत जल्द मिलें.
Yes, hopefully very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stutee.